Hello everyone, first and foremost a big Merry Christmas to all of you who celebrate that out there. So this video, hopefully you will not see it as too much of a clickbait. First and foremost, I do not think that landscape photography is actually dying, not as long as I keep doing it at the very least, but I have seen some trends over the years that are I'm not calling them worrisome, but they are interesting trends, especially when you compare to other subgenres of photography. Now this video here is also a video where I want to begin a discussion that you can have down in the comments, where we collectively can talk about how we interpret this data. So the thing I've noticed over the years on my YouTube channel is that the videos that I produce that are promoted or focused on landscape photography, me going out into the field, taking original photos, trying to create something new, taking you guys along, describing what I'm doing and so forth. Those are the videos that on my channel perform the worst. Without a doubt. It is generally the videos that I produce here in the studio with a very simple and straightforward basic topic about landscape photography teachings, or maybe gear videos that usually has a tendency to perform the best. Gear videos, obviously, because YouTube is a search engine and people search for information about the gear they want to buy. And if they want to learn something about landscape photography, people generally, broadly speaking, also has a tendency to start with the more basic topics first. So that makes sense. But there's no doubt that I've seen a very, very strong decline in the interest for clicking on videos on my YouTube channel that are promoted as just me going out into the field and taking photos. So is there a decline for the interest in landscape photography in general? Now Google actually has a database based on the searches that are made on Google, and it's called Google Trends. So you can go in and follow over the years how trends are coming and going. And you can of course do that same thing with photography. Now, if we go on to Google Trends and look for wildlife photography first, we can see here wildlife photography ever since 2004. I've searched for the entire world. Sorry for the Danish, I have tried to change it to English, but for the life of me, I cannot change Google Trends to English. But the search interval is from 2004 until today, all categories and just web search. You can see how wildlife photography has been more or less stagnant. The interest for wildlife photography has been more or less the same. Although you can see there's a lot of spikes, so it is a very seasonal thing. So here in the beginning, it is very much like in winter, January, where it spikes, whereas over the past decade or so, it has changed more into autumn, where the main interest for wildlife photography has been. I do not know what that change is, but maybe some of you wildlife photographers would know. If we compare that to landscape photography, you can see since the mid-10s, there has been a very, very strong decline in the interest for landscape photography. So we have actually gone from the tallest peaks here, and you can see from 0 to 100. So I guess it's like a percentage that has been searched for relative to the rest of the searches. We are going from like the high 70s and all the way down to like mid 30s. So that is like a decline of 50% of the search interest or search trends for landscape photography in the same period. So landscape photography may not be like dying, but the trend is definitely very much down, at the very least for web-based searches for landscape photography. If we compare that to street photography, we can see that also from like the mid-10s, it has also declined, and especially the pandemic, it just fell off a cliff right here. And then it has kind of stagnated, maybe gone up a little bit in the trends. Now, one thing I have found over the years, and my perception of landscape photography versus wildlife photography, is that it seems to me that wildlife photography as a subgenre of photography is more populous. There are more people who are interested in wildlife photography than landscape photography. However, when we actually go into the Google Trends, it seems my perception has been a little bit wrong, because landscape photography, which is blue here, and wildlife photography, there has been more searches on Google Trends for landscape photography than for wildlife photography. And over the past 4 or so years, it seems that they have equaled out now. But a decade ago, landscape photography seems to be much more searched for than wildlife photography. And if we just add street photography to the discussion too, you can see street photography here in yellow has actually been the most popular of the photography subgenres that has been searched for on Google, but that has also declined, although it seems that since the pandemic, it has increased a little bit, as I mentioned just before. Now the question is then, why do we see such a big decline in landscape photography? After all, from the mid-10s and until today, the search volume for landscape photography specifically has halved. That's quite a big decline. And I've been trying to think about why that is. So some of you may think that it's something to do with AI. I doubt that it is AI, because AI is a relatively new thing that has only been up for the past couple of years. And I think we would see in the graph that that would influence more. So I don't think it's AI. There's also the thing with social media. Fact of the matter is that Instagram was very, very big, and a lot of people flocked to Instagram in the late 10s, 2016, 17, 18, 19, because it was such a big photography app. And since then it has become a more video-centric, and these days it's just like reels and memes all over the place. So it seems to me that Instagram is no longer that one place that everybody gathers to. Whether that's good or bad, it doesn't really matter. But the point is that Instagram is not like the go-to-be-all app for landscape photographers. So it seems our community has become more fractured. Some have gone to other social media, some are using more social media, like let's say X. After X has changed, some people are starting to use Blue Sky. There's also Instagram Threads. There are many more smaller communities, it also seems like. Now, I personally used 500 pixels back in the mid-10s quite a lot. They changed their algorithm, so it wasn't as interesting anymore. I visited F-Stoppers almost each day to just follow up on photography news, but I'm not personally really using that anymore. And generally because I think that Instagram is no longer like bringing photographers as much together as before. Regular people or non-photographers are not exposed as much to landscape photography now as they were back then. But then again, that does not explain why wildlife photography and street photography seems to be at the very least at the same popularity, whereas landscape photography really has declined. Now there's of course also some cultural stuff, societal things going on. We have a lot of distractions in the world right now. Several wars, talk of recession, like generally just a little bit more like, I'm probably not the only one feeling it, but a little bit more like, you know, annoyances with the world. I think that's the most diplomatic way of saying it. So maybe people don't have as much energy to go and do like hobby things, even though hobby things are probably the best mental thing you can actually do. It's also interesting that we over the past decade, 15 years, have had a lot of like political engagement into sustainability, green policies and so forth. So I think it's a logical conclusion to say that there's a linear relationship between a lot of people talking about nature and the importance of nature, and nature photography and landscape photography being more trendy. But it can also just be like, as humans are, reverse psychology, that we have reached just like a fatigue, that there's been too much about that in regular media and people have just gone tired of it. I don't know. Again, it doesn't explain why wildlife photography is the same, but again, landscape photography has declined as much as it has. Now, obviously, I do not have the answer for all of this, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it, both from your own perspective, but maybe also you have some inputs that I haven't thought about in this video. Now, another fun aspect is that landscape photography has declined ever since I had a YouTube channel. Oops, I'm sorry. But now, speaking of YouTube, it's not all doom and gloom. Actually, if you go to Google Trends, you can set it to not just web search, but actually specifically YouTube search. And if we go into landscape photography, you can actually see it has been going up quite a lot. And then I think Google Trends, YouTube have changed how they measure their statistics. You can see it has been declining a little bit from 2018 until 2023, and then they've changed it again, and it's kind of like, it's just flattened. I don't think we have seen the same decline on YouTube-related landscape photography. And since YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, just after Google itself, then we can probably take into consideration that maybe people have changed from using Google to actually using YouTube for getting information about landscape photography. If we compare to wildlife photography, that has just like gone up on YouTube. Same thing with street photography. Again, I guess here in 2017, they changed the data collection. So that's why we see this drop. But especially street photography has just gone up over the past few years. Nature photography on YouTube has also gone up over the past years. And when we compare all three, street photography, wildlife photography, and landscape photography, you can see generally the trend for searching information on YouTube has actually gone up a little bit, mostly for street photography. Likewise, if we just search for photography, the trend is also up until 2017, and then it has just like been flat ever since. So the web search for landscape photography has vastly declined over the past decade. However, on YouTube, somewhat stagnant. If you want to learn more about landscape photography composition, be sure to get my 2 ebooks with minimal text and tons of examples. They're super easy to read, and I make sure to get to the point fast. There are links to both the full versions and the free light versions down in the description of the video. And if you want to learn how I edit my photos, be sure to enroll in my big Photoshop for Landscape Photographers post-processing course. So I really don't have an answer for you here. I have no clue what's going on, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Google Trends is of course only one data point, and you can see on YouTube it doesn't look as bad as on the web search. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Merry Christmas and see you next time.